everyone, how are you? I know this isn't the page we're coloring on, but I was warming up a little bit this morning, working on this background. There's a background way back when Lost Ocean came out. Ness Butler, wonderful colorist. I'll have to check and see if she's done anything recently, but here, this is a little bit bright. But she did the page that had all the shells, and she did kind of a dark brown. I can't talk, words are hard. She did a brown background that was like sand, but she had like the drop shadow underneath all the things, and I thought that was really cool. So, wrap around porch in a finished basement. Sorry, I stopped and I was like, wait, what? I forgot my question today. Hang on one second. I'm gonna turn on the fan. So, hang on one second. It's warm in here. Hold up. I almost remembered to do everything. All right, so today's question of the day is, if you could build your dream home, what is one feature you would absolutely want to add? I know this is gonna sound silly, but aside from like all like luxurious amenities, you wanna know one thing I really wanna have on a house eventually when we settle? Oh gosh, what's the term for it? It's like a drop down, a sunken living room where it's got the stairs and it just kind of goes. I know it sounds silly because it's like, okay, but you have a house with stairs. No, there was a house where I grew up at, and we would get to go over there and they would babysit us and stuff. But again, I would love to go back there as an adult and see if the house is actually as big as I remember it. But as a kid, this place just looked like biggest living room I'd ever seen. It was crazy, but it had a sunken living room and I loved it so much. And like since then, I've always said, if I build my dream home, I want it to have a sunken living room because it's super cool. All right, let's go ahead and scroll on up. So we have Cece, good morning. Question day, a huge kitchen with everything and enough space to walk and move freely, and a garden with fruit trees. I love it. Hi, Linda. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Dee. Hi, Kara. Let's see, Dee. Oh, a library, right? My other thing was like, ooh, but what about like a Beauty and the Beast library? Because I could get on board with that too. More space for arts and crafts. Yeah, I like having more space, right? It feels so homey, exactly. Oh, nice, Trey. Hi, Dawn. All right, well, I'm trying to think if I have any announcements. Don't think I do. So I say we just dive straight in. We may end up, I'm trying to not get this glare here. We may end up only doing like about an hour or so today. I've got lots going on and I'm running out of time. So we're gonna see how far we get today. So last time I did a poll as to like, do you want me to color any offline or do you just want to roll with it? And so it was like 50-50, but the 100% color along was the winner. So I didn't work on any beforehand. So, or, you know, not that I would have time anyway, but we're just going to dive straight back into what we did. Now, where we left off yesterday, in some of these lines where you see that it's faded, we used a little bit of white gouache so that we could put some moss on top of it because it's called the Mossy Isles. So I felt like it needed a little bit more moss. So I have a lot of the colors out that we used from last time, which is what I tend to do a lot, just because it's easier to get this stuff out. Also, hi B, if you missed it, Johanna was live with Barbara and Suzanne earlier this week. And I know Suzanne, she was live with Johanna on Instagram, but if I remember correctly, I saw the video pop up over on her YouTube. So if you go to either Barbara, you can type in !! Barbara in chat or ! Suzanne, they should have, ooh, that would be fun, Trey. They should have both of those up there. And then I can't remember if I haven't scheduled it or anything, but on the 20th is when Johanna is going to be over here. So lots of Johanna time. We're going to hang out, do a little chatty chat. And yeah, it should be good fun. So why don't we get started with the moss roof, and we're going to start with dark green. So like I said, I used a little bit of gouache. It's a matte kind of paint, so it's easier to color on top. It's not, you know, 100%. If I were to do like gouache and then like do an even color of pencil all the way across it, it wouldn't look as even. But because we're doing different colors, I think it is going to work. We are consistently having our light come from the right-hand side, so that is what we are going to stick with. So we're going to, I'm going to add this little border around the white areas that we painted. Okay. Go. Let's see on this side. It's also going to be a little bit shadowed over here because it's going to have the shadow of the building. So we're going to put a little bit on the left side as well. I made a couple different soups this week since it's finally starting to get cool. So I made some potato soup, and last night I made a broccoli cheddar soup, which was super good. Surprisingly, little Steve hates broccoli, but he really likes that. So I'll take my wins where I can get it. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Angela. Yeah, Suzanne's is back up, so you'll be able to watch it. Excuse me. Resident chef. Hold it. I gotta clear my throat. 1 second. Telling you, I better not be getting sick, or I am not gonna be happy. I don't have time for that. Steve, most of you that were here on Wednesday, he came home in the middle of the stream because he was sick, and he stayed home yesterday, but he's feeling much better today, so he's at work today. But I got too much going on. I'm not allowed to get sick. It's not how it works. All right, so now we're gonna use moss green. Okay, gonna layer over that dark green. I don't want it to obviously be flat on the roof because it's supposed to be moss, so I'm kind of curving the edge, and then we're going to do a lighter green as well. This one's going to be like the darkest moss because it's kind of catching the shadow back there. Okay. And then for our lighter color, we're going to do kind of a more yellowish one. Let's do green, khaki green is what it is. Right? Hi, Kenny. Hi, Sue. Oh, I swear it's like every other week with this. I'm like, I am over it, man. I don't have the time or the patience to be sick right now. Like, I can't do that. So, thanks, but no thanks. All right. So, I'm just blending it in with the others. And yeah, that just gives it a little bit of moss on top. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of the roof down. And so if we need to add any darkness to this moss, we will after we get the rest of the roof colors. Right, I don't know, that was weird. Like it was a catch in my throat. Like my throat's not sore. It was literally just like this weird needed to clear my throat thing. Like, yeah, I've been tired lately, but I also used some nasal spray this morning. So maybe that was why. Okay, so now, but yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Like I can't, literally. I know I've been saying like everything we've had going on, but let's just say this week has been jam-packed, but I will finally get some time to breathe tomorrow. And I plan on staring, not tomorrow, on Sunday. I plan on staring at a wall for a little while. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be the best use of my time. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Yeah, we had our first rain over here. Oh, butterflies, I'm so glad. Oh, good, good, good. Well, hopefully that means Leanne's will show up soon as well, but I am so glad. I was concerned. I was like, oh man, I don't want this to have got lost in the mail. We are using Van Dyke Brown, by the way. But yeah, I'm just like, no, I don't have time for any more sickness. I am over that. There's Thanksgiving break coming up, which will be nice, but in the meantime, I need to be on my game at least until Sunday, so yeah. All right, so I'm just using that Van Dyke Brown for our darkest part. We're definitely gonna bring in some black eventually, but we're getting these colors down first. I mean, this is kind of like a lamp, reminds me of like a lighthouse kind of thing. I don't know if the circle is supposed to be, oh, no, wait, I think the circle is like a wall, you know, like it's got almost like a Hobbit style opening to it. At least that's how I'm going to color it, I think. We'll do like a brown here, and then that can be the light. Okay, and then let's grab, let's see. Oh, thanks, Angela. Honey and cough syrup? Yeah, possibly. More than one. Tower, spiral staircase, hidden library, art studio, cellar. I know, right? I love those ones where people take like the bookcases and turn them into like the entrances to like some sort of secret hideaway. I would love that. We're using brownish orange. I'm just kind of using the colors that we already had out so everything kind of stays cohesive. Okay. But yeah, if I have time this afternoon, I'm probably gonna get some meatloaf in the crock pot, because that will be one less thing I need to concern myself with later today. Oh, nice, Trey. I actually really like it. I mean, it's blue skies, cloudy, but I like it a lot. I think it's because I grew up on the coast. I like it when it's kind of gloomy. I'm using gray right now. I don't want it to be like a bright orange roof. Just gonna kind of fill in the white space, and then we're gonna grab some of that moss green as well. Kind of continue that just a little bit. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and bring in our black as well. All right. Right, it's good. Well, the nice thing is, like I said, I make it in the crock pot. So it needs about 4 to 5 hours fully. Like the latest I can start it is like 1:30, 2 o'clock at the absolute latest, but at least 4 to 5 hours. So I mix it all up and I get it in the crock pot, and I'll either do, I don't really like to do the crock pot bags, because I feel like there's, like, I know they're meant to withstand heat, but there's just like a part of me that says putting plastic in something hot, it's going to melt. So it makes me all paranoid. But usually what I'll do to make it for easier cleanup too is I'll line the crock pot with foil, and then I'll put the meatloaf in there and then just let it cook, and it comes out super moist and it's awesome. If I'm getting extra fancy, I'll cut up cube cheese and put it, so when you cut into it, it's got like little pockets of happy cheese. Of course, happy cheese, sad cheese. I wouldn't want sad cheese. But it's really, really good, and the house smells wonderful, and I've got some golden potatoes that I can make as a side on it. So, well, see, now I'm hungry. I didn't eat much for breakfast today, though, so I'll have to do that on stream. Right? It's good. Oh, there you go. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Right? An elevator would be fabulous. All right, so we're just using the black to kind of emphasize the shadow portions, give it a little bit of depth here. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do the same actually to the moss as well. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a little bit of depth here. And in fact, we may use just a touch of white over the top of it, because I don't want it like a bright yellow kind of vibrant. I want it kind of a muted color. Right? Meatloaf, tea meatloaf, woo! I love meatloaf, it's delicious. Okay. Part of the stuff that I've been doing, though, it has to do with the family, so I can't really show you what I've been working on. But let's just say I've been getting a lot of crafting done, and it's been enjoyable. Tiring, but enjoyable. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, use a little bit of that dark green again. We're gonna grab the sepia. There we go. Because remember I said it's all gonna be darker on the left side. We had such strong dramatic shadows over here. I kind of wanna make sure that we're staying consistent with that. Yeah. Let's see, let's do a little bit of the brownish orange over here, just lightly. Over the top. So, sorry, I didn't mean to pop my knuckles there. I do without thinking. Let's see. See, so yeah, I don't usually do gravy, and I've done the ketchup before, but because I make it in the crock pot, the ketchup doesn't really do much except sit on top, and it just kind of, because it doesn't get crispy on top of the meatloaf. Like yeah, it's just different. Sometimes I'll sprinkle the cheese on top of it rather than putting it inside, but we like cheese. Barbecue works too. Yeah, Steve likes barbecue with his. Okay, let's go ahead and use, actually, this could be stone on the inside. So let's use gray. I'm gonna go very light to begin with. kind of have an idea. Since we have the lights off, I'm actually going to kind of stick with that. Good morning, Della. Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it. I need to hang all the squares up from Wednesday, and I think I have a couple more redemptions, but I will probably get to that later this weekend. All right, so now let's go ahead and grab some black, just because we've got some shadow under the edge. The eaves, would you call it the eaves? The edge of the roof. Okay, like so. And then we're gonna get the, hi Jeanette, hi Christine. Oh no, wait, I just talked to you. You got double hi. Good morning, Callie. My brain has not been braining well as of late. I find the more I'm thinking, the less I'm able to brain. Let's see, so that's the grayish black. Now I want to take our regular black, and we're gonna press kind of hard because I want it to be nice and dark. And this is the ivory black, sorry to clarify, ivory black. So currently this light is not on. I always do it on, and like it's got a warm glow, which is nice, but I don't think I'm gonna have it on this time. So we're gonna do, let's see, let's do this slightly lighter gray, because if you were looking through glass on it, then you know. And then we'll do sepia. What's this one over here? This is the, oh, that's the charcoal gray. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more black here. It may be boring. You could always, you know, turn your lights on, but I was like, you know what? No one's home. No one's home right now. I'm gonna use the white here just to kind of lift the edge of that bulb just a bit. And then we'll use a little bit of the grayish black, just a bit. Give it a little shaping. There we go. Like I said, lights aren't on right now. Oh, awesome, Jeanette. Bushcraft, and hi, Heart and Hustle. Bushcraft building videos. Try and pick up a style for my building color and habit. Wait, what's bushcraft? Wait, are those videos of those guys that build like huts and stuff in the middle of nowhere using like a stick in their hands? Like they make their tools out of like bamboo. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like they just sit there and it's just like this hyper lapse of someone just building like a nicer house than I have with like sticks and mud. All right, let's do these roofs and then we'll go over to the mushrooms. Part of me really wants to do the mushrooms, but I know I need to stay focused. So we're gonna do, I could, but honestly, like the kids like it the way it is, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna mess with a good thing. So yes, you definitely could. You definitely could. And usually because obviously when like the fat gets cooked out of the beef, like there's a lot of that kind of sitting in the crock pot, and I don't want to boil the meat, right? So I will actually go ahead and pull all of that out of there, and then you get kind of like crispy edges a little bit. Not so much, not as much. It depends, like I said, as long as I pull that that fat out of the crock pot before it's finally finished, it does crisp up a little bit. You don't really get like, you know how like, let's say I was watching, you know that one Mama and Josh where she makes like the most insane food concoctions that like really shouldn't be legal. She did these, what she called them, water burgers, and she boiled the meat, and of course it turned gray. So it's not that. It does not turn gray. So yeah, as long as you take all of that fat out of the bottom and then like let it cook for another like 30 minutes by itself, then it kind of crisps up a little bit. Shades of pale pink gray and putty for my house. Ooh, I like that. I love putty, like the putty beige one. It's such a good color. All right, so we're gonna use some ivory black because we got some shadow here. Like, I don't know if the Mama and Josh ones are staged. You know, it's hard to tell on social media, but if it isn't, like, it's just hilarious. It might be, but who knows? I don't know, am I alone in that? Has anybody else seen those? I probably keep getting shown them because I'll sit there and watch them and go, what are we making today? Yep, exactly. Oh, okay, awesome. I don't think I'll like water burger. burgers, water burgers. Not to be confused with Whataburger down in Texas, because it's definitely not that. You know, my meatloaf in the broiler, it's almost caramelizes the ketchup. Ooh, oh, that could be good. See, but the thing that is once I do it in the crock pot, like it's so soft, it practically like, yeah, I don't know. We've done it that way for a while just because it comes out so good and the kids love it. So we haven't done meatloaf in a bit though. That's why we chose to do it for today. Yeah, no, Whataburger, they were gross. They were gross. Gordon Ramsay, if you follow him on Instagram, he did a reaction video to it, you know, unsurprisingly. I mean, Whataburgers. I think my lamp, I'm realizing, I think this light that I have to the left is finally dimming. Hi, Britt, thank you. But yeah, this week I've done potato soup. I did burgers. We did broccoli cheddar. So there's been loads of bacon. And I needed to make a special treat last night. Despite the fact that there have been treats abound since Halloween and everything else we've had going on. I found a gluten-free baked donut recipe. And I say this specifically. I need to tweak the recipe a little bit because there was just entirely too much sugar in the dough. But it was, again, if you're familiar with, sounds good, Trey, if you're right? I know, soup's delicious. Well, I think I'm like manifesting the chill. It's slightly chilly in the morning, but like by 2 hours later, you're like, yeah, why on earth did I think I needed to bring a sweater? But if you're unfamiliar with gluten-free cooking, a lot of times with gluten-free cooking, especially when it comes to breads, they can be very dense and very dry. But this was a homemade donut recipe. I ended up putting it in muffin tins because I thought I had a donut pan, but I didn't. It was so fluffy, like so much so that when you took it apart, because it ended up being like muffin style, when you took it apart, of course with the level of sugar, it probably was just like cupcake style. When you took it apart, you could see literal like pockets where there was air in it. Now it called for just a little bit of apple cider vinegar, which is why I'm thinking that it lifted as much as it did, because that was the only ingredient that was semi-different to what I usually do. I was so impressed, so impressed. You know, it was just a quick Google one, but you know, a lot of times I'll screenshot my recipes because it's kind of a pain to get through all of it. But what it was, let's see, make sure, okay, we're all good. But it was 1.5 cups of the gluten-free flour, 2/3 a cup of granulated sugar. I need to cut that way down, but it was too, like, entirely too sweet. But I feel like I could tweak it to like make it like an apple cinnamon kind of dealio. Baking powder, salt, nutmeg, and then the wet ingredients was eggs, vanilla, apple cider vinegar, milk, and then oil. I didn't do the glaze. And I let it cook. The whole thing took like no time at all to mix up. I was blown away. Like, it's so hard to find light and fluffy bread style. I can't talk. It's so hard. Hi, Michelle. Bread style for gluten-free cooking that doesn't come out as dense as a rock. And I was just like, holy heck. So, yeah, making that again. There's some left over today, but I'm having to manage my sugar because there has been so much of it lately. Words are hard, man. I am tripping over all the words today. Like I said, after tomorrow, things will slow down a bit. And like I said, I'm just gonna stare at a wall. It's cool. It's cool. All right, let's do this little tower and then we'll do the mushrooms. So I think we'll do a stone tower again. So let's see. Let's go ahead and grab, this is beige. Do we want to do beige? No, I think we'll actually go in with the gray. We're gonna go in with the gray. Okay, just fill it all in completely. But we did get some rain, and that was really nice because it was much needed. Like I said, I always feel so cozy when it rains. Right? Yeah, gluten-free bread. Like, it is a struggle to find some good ones, but I was thoroughly impressed with this recipe. So I am going to use it as a base for new recipes, and I will be experimenting with it. Because if I could turn these into like a really fluffy breakfast muffin, like the real test will be how long do they last, because, Well, see, but there wasn't baking soda in it. It was baking powder, which is what was crazy. Cause like I have a, we call it a wacky cake. It was a cake that was actually created in the Great Depression because of lack of, you know, eggs and butter and everything. The wacky cake recipe rises with baking soda and vinegar, but there wasn't baking soda in it. Is that second mountain the garden of the house? Possibly. Except it goes all the way down. So I'm gonna guess that they're connected. This was a cobweb, but I'm actually gonna do leaves for it. But yeah, I would say so, because it's got the little walkway. I wouldn't mind having a garden like that. Ooh, nice, Callie. I know, I was at the grocery store yesterday, and briefly I was like, should I be getting a turkey yet? I mean, I probably could, but also I was just like, I've got enough stuff. Right now, our main grocery store here is under construction, and it is a flipping nightmare. Like, they're redoing the bakery, which kind of cuts the store in half, so you can't like cut across anymore. You have to go all the way around. And I say all the way around, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's a grocery store. No, this place is flipping huge. It's an HEB Plus, and it's just flipping ginormous. When my parents were here to visit, I took them there because we had to pick up some stuff, and they were like, whew, this is a bit much. I'm like, yeah. No, Cassandra, you're fine. Type in !late in chat. Thanks, Britt. You know, the kids asked that too, and like I was making something the other day. Oh, no, it was just me and Steve, or not little Steve, me and little Steve at the house, because big Steve and little Emily, they went to a birthday party thing. Let's see, we're gonna grab Van Dyke Brown. And so it was just me and little Steve, and I couldn't really think of what to make. And so I kind of just like started making one thing, and then like looked in the fridge and like, okay, well, what would go good with this? So first thing I did is we get those little cubed potato hash browns, but you can cook them as hash browns, but you can also cook them as like a side for a meal. So I tossed in some chopped onion, put those in there, let them cook, because the onion flavor is amazing on them. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to do some sort of protein with this. So we had some breakfast sausage. So I went ahead and grabbed that, threw in some sausages for us. And I don't know why, but I was really craving flatbread. But a lot of like gluten-free flatbread recipes, I'm still using the Van Dyke. I just decided to fill in the whole thing. They call for like yogurt and stuff, and I'm like, I never have yogurt on hand. Like, how am I supposed to do this? And so I just kind of like, I had a sort of recipe, and I'm like, okay, well, I know this has to be in it, because I get like the amounts and go from there. But again, with gluten-free stuff, it's all kind of hit or miss anyway when you get a recipe. So it didn't turn out terrible. It was more like a savory pancake when it came out, because it didn't have like, because gluten obviously is going to give it that kind of bend when you're making flatbread, but it just didn't have that. But like this donut recipe that I made yesterday, it called for like nutmeg in it, and little Emily loves apples, and so do I. And so we're like, ooh, this would be really good like as an apple thing. So I can lower the sugar significantly, like maybe like a third of the 2/3 a cup of sugar, and then add like some really finely diced apples, some nutmeg, some cinnamon, and you could, honestly, you could probably even leave out most of the sugar and just do like a drizzle of honey in it. That could be really good. Let's see. You know, like Costco is no good at times. You had to go Saturday this past weekend or you regretted it? Oh no. Oh wait, what was weird and then cool result? Hang on. Yeah, there you go. You're never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Yeah, Steve does the grocery shopping during the weekend, because even when it's not a holiday one, it's so much. Let's see. Make dressing and freeze it. I'll make a sweet potato pie. Ooh, that'll be nice. We are using the Caran Pablos. Thanks, Shannon. Oh, I don't blame you, Kenny. I don't blame you at all. But yeah, so I'm gonna start thinking about that, but I'm gonna give myself like a week before I start doing any heavy Thanksgiving plans. Again, I haven't said what I've been doing, but let's just say it has been occupying pretty much all of my time. It's been, you know, I'm glad that you know, to have been doing it, but also I'm just sort of tired. So yeah, like I said, I'll be staring at a at a wall. I was coloring a window, so I said window. I'll be staring at a wall this weekend. I told Steve, I was like, I don't want to do anything extra after Saturday. I just want to chill. Again, stare at a wall. Okay, that and well, yeah. I don't want to scroll on social media. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to relax. I know, right, Shannon? Oh man. All right, let's use a little bit of white. There we go. All right. I am pleased with all of those buildings. Right? How am I liking the book? Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Like, so what I've done in here so far, because I mean, you all know that yeah, a little bit. We did that week of streaming. So I started doing this one and filming it, but the filming was a bust and then I got interrupted a bunch of times. So I was going to do a reel of like doing the washi tape on the smaller one, but I may need to finish this and just do one for that one. So that'll be eventually. Right, Heart and Hustle? I know it. It's like, I'll end up with Greek yogurt, which you know has an immensely different flavor than regular yogurt. So I've gotten 3 of those done. Let's see, what else have we done? We did this one on stream. Callie. And then, let's see. I feel like we've done so much more, or I've done so much more than I have. I was just warming up with this morning. This is going to end up being a lot darker. I did that during Johanna's stream. Got the 2 dragons. Obviously, the fishbowl. Yep, the one with the fishbowl. We're working on this one. Is that it? I feel like there was one more. Oh, yep, there we go. Little snail. And I think that's it so far. I've wanted to color in it. There just hasn't been time. Scared to start? Oh, you'll do wonderful. Hi, Heather. Right? I guess it's not too bad considering how long the book's been out for. Okay, so now it is, oh, hold up. No one's home. You're not supposed to have nothing in it. No one's home. So it's dark. Everybody's out for the day. They went trick-or-treating. All right, so for the mushrooms, I don't know that I want to do your typical red mushrooms. That was my first instinct, but I kind of am thinking more neutral colors. So let's do something kind of fun. Russet might actually be nice. We could do cinnamon and russet. Let's see. Because I don't want to do like bright orange. Oh, you have to let me know how you like them. Let's do, okay, so let's get over to the browns. We'll zoom out while we're getting this. All right, so cinnamon here. Russet is here. So cinnamon and russet. I think we have the brown ochre out already. That's ochre. Maybe we don't have the brown ochre. Brown ochre is before it. There it is, brown ochre. Okay, brown ochre. Definitely some olive brown and probably some khaki green. And do we have olive black out? No, let's do olive black and light olive. See, that's olive. I think we have light olive out. Yes, light olive. Yeah, we're gonna do some neutral ones. Oh, I'm sorry, Dee. Right? Oh, I feel you on that one. I'm really looking forward to things slowing down and get some painting done. The amount of painting ideas I have, but there just has not been time to do any of that. So yes, I am looking forward to that as well. Right, Britt? All right. Oh, I just realized Annie's down on the floor by my feet. That's cute. Hi, me. Welcome. Ordered 3 Treehouse coloring books. Paper is nice as well. Color pencils, but nicey. Nice. It's always really nice to find little diamonds in the rough. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Our lightest color, this one is russet. We're going to start with a russet. Okay. And we're just going to fill this all in. And we will do, let's do this one in russet also. Okay, we're gonna set that here. We know that's a light color. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. So we're gonna be putting our color groupings up there as we go along. So that was russet. And then for other lighter colors, let's see. So olive black is, or let's see, olive brown. Olive brown, that's gonna be, I could put that in the middle because that could potentially be, here, I'll zoom out while I do this. Ooh, nice, me. Second copy of the book just because I wasn't happy with the dragon that it, Michelle, I don't blame you. I always have multiple copies of the book. That extra third book that I ordered, yeah, I didn't return that. I'm like, nah, you know what, it can live here. I'm fine with that. Okay, so cinnamon, I don't know if we'll use cinnamon. Like I'm thinking maybe not, maybe. Brown ochre can be a light colored one. Okay, and then we've got khaki green, which is a light color. And then obviously light olive is gonna be a light color. I'm thinking this one was the brown ochre. We'll use a green with that one. And then this one's gonna be a darker one. So russet was a light one. And then we have light olive. So now let's go ahead and do, let's see. Let's do light olive here. Okay. All right, so that's our other light one. Sounds good, Sue. Oh, Grunhold, yeah. Right? Thanks, Cece. Yep, I feel you on that, D. Feel you on that a lot. All right, so khaki green. These colors aren't a ton different, but it's our darker color that's gonna help it to look, to kind of stand out from the other one. Okay, so those are the light colors. All right, so we have brown ochre, we've got olive brown, and what is this one? This is the olive black. So we're gonna go with the olive black first. We're gonna give it a quick sharpen though, because I want a nice fine point for this. Like my instinct was like red or purple, like mushrooms, but I was like, if we're sticking with a general color palette. All right, so this is the olive black, and we'll probably just use these two colors and then leave the dots a white. Maybe. Okay, this one's gonna get the olive black as well. Okay, so this one was paired with, I'm trying to remember, let's see, that was khaki green. Khaki, yes, okay, so olive black is paired with khaki green. That way, because we've got similar mushrooms. Oh, I didn't need to zoom out. Similar mushrooms here. So as soon as we're done with these, we're gonna move down and do those. But that's why I wanna keep track of the colors that I'm pairing together. Okay, so that mushroom was khaki green and olive black. Okay, then we have russet and light olive, and our darker ones are olive brown and brown ochre. Brown ochre is pretty light, actually, in comparison to, yeah, that's not going to work on top of russet. I think we'll go back to the cinnamon, which is what we got out before. So we're going to pair cinnamon with russet. Let me give it a quick sharpen. Yeah, Temu is very notorious for that. Amazon still has them sometimes too. I remember I accidentally bought a counterfeit Korean copy, but yeah, you gotta be careful with that one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do cinnamon on top of russet, which is here. And we'll probably use a little bit of black or maybe Van Dyke brown with all of them. Kind of make sure we're getting that contrast in. Yeah, I think after stream, I'm gonna go down, get something to eat, get the dinner ready, put that in the crock pot, and then, yeah, get some stuff done. All right, so this is the olive brown, and that is getting paired with the light olive. See, so that'll look a little bit different. We're gonna give this a quick sharpen. Thanks, Jeanette. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have our pairings here. I'm just gonna set them up here so that we can reutilize them down here. Wait, why wouldn't you film in 4K? Is it because they can, like, do you do live streams or? Now I'm curious. I mean, I don't think I do 4K on mine, but it's partially because how much, you know, the programs can handle. I think I usually do a pretty high level of it, but now I'm curious, what's the 4K thing about? Well, because I know, like, obviously they can take designs off Etsy and whatever else, but for filming, what do they do with filming? Right? Same, Britt. All right, so we're gonna do Van Dyke Brown on the inside of this. Okay, not full-blown black, and we may actually not even use black for the darkest shadow on here either. We'll probably stick with the Van Dyke Brown. Give it just a quick sharpen. But also, yeah, now I'm curious what you film. If it's for social media or YouTube or lives or whatever else. Let's see, Van Dyke Brown. Just a little bit because I still want the colors to pop. Okay. Not a ton. Okay, and then let's go ahead. We're going to use the Van Dyke Brown kind of across the top. We might use a little bit of black. Don't use the app. I use my web browser and use PayPal, not my credit card. Haven't had any issues. Went to a Korean store and found half of a book scanned and printed of most of Johanna's books. They didn't try to hide. Oh, man. Yeah, no, but and that's part of it is for me too, as I've heard some horror stories as far as like data mining is concerned. It's just not worth it for me. Honestly, most of the time, if I can't get it in town or on Amazon, I question whether or not I really need it. Not that Amazon is 100% safe, because it's not. Like, we all know that. But, you know, because, you know, you look at the companies who it's shipped through, like that kind of thing, but still. Okay, now we're going to use, actually, we'll use the brown ochre now for this. This will be good. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, brown ochre. Just a little bit lighter on the bottom half. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll go back later and do some white on these little bumps here. Not bumps, spots, dots. Yeah, I always use PayPal if I can. All right, so now we're gonna do this little bridge. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start with a little bit of black here. Not a ton. Okay, then we're gonna do the Van Dyke Brown. Van Dyke Brown? Yes, that's it, Van Dyke Brown. Sorry, let's make sure I had the right pencil. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of ochre on the top here. And a bit more Van Dyke Brown. Oh, frame into a printable format. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. All right, and then let's go ahead and get beige. We're gonna do beige on all three steps. Ladders, steps, slats. And then we're gonna do Van Dyke Brown. Oh, awesome. Well, I hope, I probably missed it and you probably said it, but my memory is terrible, so I apologize in advance. If it's something that you're needing to go get done, good luck with everything. But yeah, we'd be happy to have you. Still plan on streaming. That is true. Thanksgiving is coming. It is. Already getting the holiday commercials and everything. Christmas is apparently a copyright strike. blend it in with that. Let's use a little bit more black to make sure that that kind of pops away from it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Then we'll do these little portions of it. Get the Van Dyke brown. No, you're fine. I was legit curious because I hadn't ever really thought about the streams and stuff. Okay, that was brown ochre. All right, so let's go ahead and do these mushrooms here so we don't have to keep holding on to, you're good, Linda. Oof, yeah, I feel you on that one, Christine. Yeah, I do prefer PayPal for that fact. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Like I said, we've got our 3 mushroom combinations up here. If you missed them, they were light olive and olive brown. Then we have cinnamon and russet. And then we've got khaki green and olive black. So we're gonna start with russet. Honestly, I don't know. I've been to the website once or twice, but it was because someone like posted like that, you know, something of theirs was stolen. So I think once or twice I've gone on there just to browse my name to see if anything was pulled from Etsy. Because you never know. Oh, I didn't mean to do 2 russets there. Hang on. I don't want to do side by side. But aside from that, I haven't really used it. I think to get to your file, and don't quote me on this, but my instinct says to get to your files on your computer, it would have to drop some sort of, for lack of a better term, some sort of virus. That was light olive to be able to pull that. I think where they get the info from is, you know, like your bank information and all of that. I have not looked deeply into it. Like Temu just hasn't really, the only reason I know how to pronounce it too, because that's Super Bowl commercial. Just its practices by itself, khaki green, all of the art theft from the artist. And again, Amazon is guilty of it too, but Amazon is slightly less shady. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you can't shop from there. Shop wherever you want to. All I'm saying is for me, I have made the decision that Temu's not for me. It's possible. I'm definitely not going to say that I know all of the techie stuff, but I know that it's possible, you know? Like, when it comes to tech, there's a lot of things that can happen. So, you know, just be safe, be cautious. We're going to use a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Keep on keeping on. I mean, the prices, I'm sure, are fabulous for that, just because that's what they're known for. Okay. Right, I know, it feels like Temu. But the commercial said, ooh, ooh, Temu. That's the only reason I know it, because of the ad. And literally in my head, I go, ooh, ooh, Temu. Yeah, because I've got this one. So, boop. When I'm not streaming, whoa, that's blown out. When I'm not streaming, the lid goes down. Ooh, Pepsi order, nice. Oh, definitely. And really anything with technology that is linked to the internet can. So it's really just about, yeah, I know, they're wrong. Sounds good, Britt. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's going to be that case with really any technology. So it's all just about practice, you know, safe practices on the internet and everything else, you know. Don't open any shady emails, trusted sources, all that stuff. Okay. All right, let's use our blender, shall we? We ever talked about music, but today Miles Smith released his album. I know the name, and I would probably recognize the songs when I heard it, but I have not heard it. I'll have to make a note to go listen to that later this afternoon. since I finished Corey's book, I'm back listening to the Stormlight Archive series. I am on to Oathbringer now. I've listened to them before, but I swear every time I re-listen to them, I pick up on something new or, you know, something whatever else. And Stormlight 5 is coming out in December. Ooh, okay. Oh, nice. D, how are you liking it? How are you liking it? Hi, Dominique. How are you? Good morning, Renee. Okay, so we're done with those mushrooms, so we don't need to keep these color combinations anymore. We're going to shift down. I think I'm going to need to shift the book over like there. It's always so hard when it's like leaning up against it. Oh, actually, hold up. We're going to go for a ride, you guys. Oh, sorry, Annie. Sorry, kitty. I forgot you were down there. Put my shoe on her tail. She's like, madam. We're going to do something so that I don't have to lean it up weird. You guys are going to go for a ride for just a second. I'm going to shift over my camera to the right. I have it specifically mounted on this bar, so I have to like unscrew things if I'm going to shift it. Let's see. That one good? Yeah, that one's good. There we go. That way I don't have to prop up my book while we're doing this, and it can just lay flat on the desk. Bear with. Like I said, we're going for a ride. Whee! There you go. That works. That works. I always forget about doing that. All right. Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, all right, all right. Okie dokie. So now, we have this area. We could do some of the similar greens that we did up above. Let's see. We did a fairly darkish. Why don't we do... I feel like there needs to be a little bit of like a worn path here where these rocks are. Right? Exactly. So let's do these little, do I want to do rocks first? Actually, no, we're not going to do the rocks first. So let's grab, what do we have here? Brown ochre. What do I want? Probably beige. Beige would be good. Okay, so I am just going to start. I'm not going to do like a full line all the way down, but there's definitely going to be parts where like the dirt would be exposed. Okay, and then we're going to bring in, I think, a little bit of the Van Dyke brown. Like not completely. There we go. All right, and then let's go ahead and grab... Could do olive brown, olive. Yeah, let's do olive. Do I have that out already? Mine. Let me check. Right? Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes you need like the swelling music in the background to really get the emotions across. You're like Doctor Who. Like there's some quintessential episodes that make me cry or at least tear up without a doubt. Those being the episode where, and this is spoilers, but it's been out for years, the episode where Rory and Amy leave, like officially, that gets me every single freaking time. And they weren't even my favorite companions. The episode where, and again, it's an 11th Doctor one, where they take Van Gogh to the museum. Ugh, every time. And then also, I think the episode was called Doomsday, but when Rose leaves as a companion, she comes back for a few other episodes, but when Rose leaves as a companion, and then the 10th Doctor's last one, and the music just every time, especially the one where Rory and Amy leave, like it gets you. Right, Durbin? Like, if you don't get even the tiniest bit emotional in the episode, like, who even are you? Like, oh... every single time, but I love that episode, so I'll never miss it. My heart is in shreds by the end of it, but I will never skip it. If it's a clip online or whatever, like, oh, it is so good. Funny thing is when the 11th Doctor came on, I really didn't like him, but it was partially because I was mourning the loss of the 10th Doctor, but he grew on me, and so he's my second favorite Doctor now, but still, so good. All right, so we're just using olive to kind of fill in the spaces. Now, that brown isn't showing up quite as much as I wanted to, so we're going to go in again with the Van Dyke brown and help that to kind of pop. We'll be using, we'll be adding black for the steps as well, for the little stones. Okay, and we're going to use beige. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that show gets you in the feels, man. It's just way too good at that. Spruce Screen. Do I have that out already? I don't think I have it out. We're gonna grab Spruce Screen. Hang on. Oh, what do we got? Yay! Flower bead add-on. That is only the second flower bead that we've had on there. You know, and it's funny, every time I go to Hobby Lobby, I try to look for, do I already have, I must already have Spruce Green. Oh. Oh wait, I did. I try to look for more of those tassel charms, but I just haven't found them. Valentine's. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Right, Steve? Oh, so Dee, she's going to be doing books like she does Bridgerton, and each book is going to be focused on a character. Hi, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, Durbin. I have a lot of feels about that one. It's just, first of all, the monster in the baby one grosses me the flip out. That is an episode I will never watch again. Ever. And I hate that, like, 2 of the episodes on the series, they made him kind of bumbling. Like, 2 of the conflicts that happen, they happen because, like, he stepped out of the TARDIS without looking and then stepped into something, like, disastrous. And, like, Ruby already left after season 1. Like, how am I supposed to get attached to these characters if we know they're not going to be around? Like, it's just... Yeah, I don't know. I felt rough about Jodie's. I'm using black now, but you know, her first season, it wasn't her fault. It was the writers. Things, as with they all, you know, all the time, they were trying to make it much more political than it was, and it's like people like Doctor Who. We're using gray for the escapism, for how much it's not like real life. I mean, look at the Slitheen, right? Sure, it happened in Parliament, but it was also ridiculous. Like, they were just, I think they were just trying too hard on those ones. And unfortunately, it was during, you know, her reign for that. Sepia, like her second season was fabulous. They started touching on the Timeless Child storyline. And then they also decided like, oh yeah, never mind. We're not going to do that. I was like, oh, come on. This is when like her story was actually getting good and we're just going to ignore this fact like completely. Yeah, Jodie's writers kind of did her dirty. So I don't take it as her fault, but I don't know. I'm not going to stop watching it. I mean, they brought back David Tennant and the Dr. Donna compilation was fabulous. Loved that. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of feels about it. A lot of feels. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do Spruce Green. We're just gonna fill in this space. Also, this is the last thing I'll say, and I don't like the fact that they didn't give him a signature outfit. They wanted to try out him wearing different things. I feel like the signature outfit has been a part of Doctor Who for so long, but I suppose things can't always stay the same, but doesn't mean I have to like it. So I have a bunch of them all the way up to, you know, I might have Jodie's. I don't have any newer ones because it's on Disney Plus. But I usually just purchased the seasons through Amazon, you know, slowly but surely. All right, Light Olive. But I love Doctor Who too much to throw in the towel for it. Like, you know, maybe it was a rough start. You know, I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll see how it develops. You know, right? Exactly. I mean, the scarf especially. Like everybody knows that one. All right, so dark green. Oh, it's funny. We were talking about something. I was talking about the kids, or to the kids with Steve and everything. And we were talking about like something about like dressing up as, you know, characters, but like nobody understanding it. And I brought up, we had some friends who they are originally from the UK, but they were living in the US, and they threw a Halloween party, and the guy dressed up as a Cyberman. But because it wasn't too long after the reboot, but because a lot of people didn't know it, that was dark green, I'm back to using spruce, they just assumed that he was C-3PO. I feel bad now looking back. He was so fresh. He's like, I'm not C-3PO, I'm a Cyberman. And I was like, oh, now that I like watching it, like, I get it. I'm so sorry. I also did not know who Doctor Who was at the time when we went to said Halloween party, but I wish I could go back because I bet you it was like a killer costume. I don't remember as much. I just remember everybody thought he was C-3PO. Total was 2006. Christopher Eccleston as Doctor. Rest have been on Shuffle Around. No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, that would be interesting. Is it going to be like the War Doctor, where they're just going to pretend that it never happened? All right, we're going to use some black here. How are we doing on time? It is 11. We may wrap this up. Like I said, today was going to be a little bit shorter because I have got a ton of things that I need to do, and I am running out of time. Let's see. Let's use a little bit of the olive. I'm going to bring in some of that here. I know we didn't get a ton done, but also if you're following along and you want to do this for Johanna's contest, she did officially announce it. The deadline for this one has been extended to the 27th, so we have plenty of time to get this one done or get your own done. And she said when the time comes, even if you don't have it finished, just upload your work in progress. Like, it's absolutely fine. So, you know, file that away for yourself. All right, let's see. Use a little bit of the blender here. I think we'll need to darken up this grass quite a bit to kind of have it match up top there. But we'll still need to do the bushes and everything. I swear it's darker than it looks with this light. Like, there's a little bit of a glare. Nice, Renee. Right, Durbin, thank you. So yeah, like I said, I know today was a little bit, right, there you go. I know today was a little bit shorter. We were only here for like an hour, but I have a massive to-do list today and I really need to get it all done. So I'm gonna head out, but we'll be live again on Wednesday. I will focus and we're gonna get a huge chunk to, I mean, wasn't bad for we finished up island number 1 and then, you know, we started island number 2. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said, it feels weird. Like I feel like we just got going, but after this week, things are going to slow down for me significantly, and I'm looking forward to it. So we should be good to go. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Keep being awesome. I'm gonna take what Shannon says, given the state of things right now. Be kind to one another. Life is weird right now. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Just be kind. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. I'll chat with you later. Bye.